If you want all the latest news of NBA 2K and also NBA in general, you should follow me on my Twitter account at PackHoopsYT. Not only that, I do giveaways all the time when it comes to VC, games, and also even consoles. So check it out, follow me, and see you there. It's that time of year to talk about the cover athlete for the new 2K game. Que pasa to the pack? It is Pack here. Before the video starts, if you like this kind of content, please join the pack and subscribe and leave a like on the video to help the video grow. I will say, this year is pretty straightforward to me. I think I usually do a pretty decent job of kind of predicting who's the cover athlete going to be. I had a pretty good feeling it was going to be Doncic this year, and then last year, and then the year before that. I always have about an estimate of where, and I think this year I have a pretty good guess. This is kind of going off 2K ratings as well, so we'll cover that right now. Let's go right now. Let's start off with an honorable mention, because his honorable mention is a really good player, and that is Kawhi Leonard, a 95 overall. I don't think it'll be Kawhi. First obvious reason is he's been injured all year, so you're never really gonna make a cover athlete out of someone who's not even playing. Popularity wise, you can't do that, right? So Kawhi's never been a cover athlete. He's a two-time Finals MVP, one of the best, well, probably the best two-way player in basketball. He's an amazing player, but when you don't play because you're always hurt, they're not going to make you a cover athlete. So I think he definitely deserves a nod. I think he deserves to be mentioned, but it's just not going to happen with Kawhi. I feel that. At number 5 on the list, we have 92 overall, Jimmy Butler. Now, I don't think it's going to be Jimmy Butler, but ratings-wise, it should be. This is the number 1 team in the East, the Miami Heat. Jimmy Butler's leading this team. He's one of the best two-way players in basketball. You could even argue he's the best small forward / shooting guard in the NBA. I mean, he can't play shooting guard, so when he's shooting guard, he's one of the best ones in the NBA. I could see it. He did go to NBA Finals recently. He's a popular player. He's fun to watch. I could see it. I don't think it'll actually be him because there's just so many better options. But ratings-wise, he's at number 5. I don't see any real reason why he shouldn't be mentioned besides the fact that he's just not as popular as the other 4 people I'm about to mention right now. So there's that. At number 4 on this list, we have Ja Morant, 93 overall. Even though I have him all the way down here as number 4, I think he has a really strong chance of being the cover athlete. So here's kind of the problem with Ja Morant. I always say with cover athletes that I don't like to do repeat cover athletes. You can do repeat cover athletes, but I don't like to do them. For example, James Harden has been a cover athlete before, so I didn't want to put him in this video. But Ja Morant doesn't have to have that problem. I mean, he's never been a cover athlete before, so he makes this really strong case, unlike the people above him who have been cover athletes before. So Ja Morant really has that going for him. He's one of the most entertaining players to watch in the NBA. Everybody loves him. He has a really cool swagger about him, and I think he would make the cover look really sick if it was Memphis themed. I mean, it's checking every single box of what a cover athlete is, and he's young. Absolutely. Especially if they do a next gen and a current gen version of the game, which they have been doing forever. The next gen usually is supposed to be a younger player, like how they had Zion and Luka. I would absolutely see it being Ja for the newest game. I'm not saying I predict it to be Ja, but in my opinion, my personal opinion, he has the second highest chance of being the cover athlete aside of the first one, which we'll talk about later. But he has a really strong chance of being cover athlete. I would not complain about it. Super cool player. Would love to see this happen. At number 3 on the list, we have Joel Embiid, an MVP candidate, right? One of the best players in the NBA. He's an amazing defender. He's great in the post. He's doing good in the playoffs, even though he just got injured. But when he's healthy, he's been fantastic in the playoffs. What positive things could I say that you don't already know about Joel Embiid? He's awesome. One little problem is that he was the NBA Live cover athlete when NBA Live was existing. So from my understanding, he doesn't have a contract with EA anymore, which he did before. So that barrier is not in the way. I still think 2K sees him as an NBA Live player and don't want to put him onto the game. I could be wrong because Luka Doncic was also an NBA Live player, so I could be wrong. But I don't know. I just have this feeling that they wouldn't make it him compared to other players on this list. But again, it's another player that I think deserves it at one point in his career, and I think I wouldn't be opposed to him being the cover athlete for NBA 2K23. So at number 2 on this list, to me, is the most deserving player of cover athlete, and that is Steph Curry. So Steph Curry was the cover athlete of NBA 2K16. The problem is that he shared it with James Harden and Anthony Davis. I know he was the main cover athlete, but he shared it, right? And Anthony Davis already got his personal cover in NBA 2K20, so they can still repeat it, right? We know that already. Curry is a 2-time MVP, a unanimous MVP. He is a 3-time NBA champion. He's one of the greatest point guards of all time. And he's one of the highest rated players in the NBA right now. And he's never been a cover athlete, like alone? Are you kidding me? What are we doing here? I mean, what are we doing here? I don't think they'll do it because, like I said, NBA 2K16, he was technically the main cover athlete, so that's why I don't really think they'll do it. But it's a damn shame one of the greatest players of all time, who's having a really good season again, leading a team to maybe a championship again, not have his own cover. KD's has 2 covers, LeBron has 2 covers, Curry has technically 1, but not really. That kind of needs to change, in my opinion. So Curry, I think, is the most deserving, but I don't think he'll get it because he's already been a cover athlete. And at number 1, I think he has too much of a strong case to not be the cover athlete. On number 1, the most deserving of this list, and my personal opinion of who it's going to be, Nikola Jokic. 96 overall, the second highest rated player in the NBA behind Giannis. He's going to be a back-to-back MVP this season. He can do everything. He's an amazing player, and I think this checks, and he's young. So this checks all the boxes of someone who's bound to be the cover athlete. I mean, look at the cover athletes before. With Luka, it was just an exciting player who had a really high rating. He was a 94 overall. So a young player that was exciting and one of the best in the NBA immediately goes up. Before that, it was Damian Lillard, one of the best point guards in the NBA who had a great team. Immediately went up. Before that, it was Anthony Davis. Won an NBA championship. Goes up. I mean, you look back and back and back, and the players that are always cover athletes are always someone who had a great season and had an MVP caliber season. And here we are with Nikola Jokic again. MVPs, back-to-back MVPs. Actually, I don't even know any back-to-back MVPs currently that don't have a cover athlete, at least at one point. So, Jokic is like, he's earned it. I mean, at that point, right? I know he's not the most exciting name in the NBA. I know he doesn't have the most exciting game. He doesn't have a lot of swagger like John Moran does. But the man has earned a cover athlete shot. So, what is there more to say about him? He's amazing. 2-time MVP about to be. I know he got beat in the first round, but that doesn't really matter because, first of all, his team was terrible this year, so it's not fair. Second, they only got in the playoffs because of Jokic in the first place. So, I think he deserves it. I'm sure they can make the cover really, really cool, and that's my personal opinion of who are the most deserving cover athletes, and I want to know your opinion. Who do you personally want? I personally want John Morant. I think that'd be a fantastic cover. What do you think? Leave it in the comments below. And if you like the channel, please give it a sub. I'll see you guys next time. If you want all the latest news of NBA 2K and also NBA in general, you should follow me on my Twitter account at PackHoopsYT. Not only that, I do giveaways all the time when it comes to VC, games, and also even consoles. So check it out, follow me, and see you there.